He still has the tapes. He still has the tapes. What's the vibe, guys? This is Mr. Val. Hold on. Yo, DJ. Yo, DJ, play something, man. Thank you. So, as I said, this is Mr. Valid. Today, we're gonna react to Mr. Diddy. Apparently, the verdict came out. Let's check it out.
Infuriating and sad day. I guess all the baby oil paid off for P. Diddy because he was too slippery for the justice system. I cannot believe it. They have now reached a verdict on all the charges, and he has been acquitted of the most serious.
I had a feeling he would. You know what? He still has the tapes. He still has the tapes. When they went to their, bro, listen. In these parties, man, there were athletes, judges, artists, and he still has the tapes somewhere. They couldn't find it, so they were like, "Yo, let us chill, let us wipe all the shocked, crazy, how can I say, charges." Bro, I knew something like this would happen, man. I knew it. I knew it. I told people they didn't believe me. I knew it. It's not a celebration. He still needs to go to jail for life. But I knew it they would do something like this, man. I'm not even surprised, really.
Ones. The Lord of Lube wiggles his way out of it somehow, despite overwhelming evidence to support.
Mr. Moist, you gotta understand that as long as he still has the tapes, he is not gonna get in trouble. Cause they cannot do, I don't wanna say what I wanna say, but all I'm saying is they cannot really hurt him because what happens if, okay, they eliminate him? Who knows if he already told someone, yo, if I disappear or if they do something to me, release those tapes. Imagine how many careers will be ruined. We're talking about presidents, athletes, judges. Have you seen how many people went to these parties, man? Those that we know and those that we don't know. A lot of lives will be ruined. That's why right now, as long as they cannot find all these tapes, he's caught free. And what's going to happen again? We're going to talk about it for a couple months, and then within 1 or 2 years, everyone is going to forget about it. It's always like this. It's always like this, man.
The allegations against P. Diddy about the decades worth of evil, criminal activities and actions he has done, terrorizing the music industry and so many individuals, it seems like the Dawn of Dildos is about to get away with a slap on the wrist. And maybe not even that much. He has been found guilty on two of.
Yo, Moise, I'm not gonna lie. You have sick tattoos, man. I see those. I won't get any tattoos personally, but those are sick, man.
the lesser charges, which could carry a maximum of 20 years in prison. But I've completely lost faith in the system here. I have to imagine this is all just now horseradish and barnacles. I think he will probably just get away with like 6 months probation or some shit.
5 counts. We have a mixed verdict here. Again, count 1 as it relates to racketeering, not guilty. Count 2 as it relates to sex trafficking, not guilty. Count 3, guilty. Count 4, not guilty. Count 5, guilty.
Those 2 counts he was found guilty on, that was like Weenie Hut Jr. level charges compared to the rest, and it's something the defense, I imagine, was extremely pleased to have been found guilty on versus the rest. They were so happy, in fact, that reportedly P. Diddy even stood up and started clapping. Literally like a Tumblr fanfic. He stood up, started clapping, and then like his friends and family erupted into applause. Now the judge is considering what bail should be, and we move on to the next.
He should not get bail. Do not let him out. Don't. Do not let him out. Keep him there. Keep him there.
Next stage, which will be the sentencing for these 2 charges, which carry a maximum of 10 years each. He's not going to be seeing the maximum. He probably won't even be seeing the minimum. They might just let him walk away with being forced to play League of Legends solo queue for like 2 months or something, and that'll be his punishment. It is such a fucking joke what just happened here. I actually still can't believe it. It is sickening. So
I'm not surprised, honestly. I'm not surprised. I'm not.
I truly wouldn't be surprised if he just fully walks free from this, and I guess we can expect the grand reopening of Puffy Flavor Camp. Everyone out there, sleep in fear. Make sure you're sleeping on your back, because if you sleep on your stomach, P. Diddy might just break into your house in the middle of the night and shove a dildo up your ass.
And trust me, if he goes back to making parties, people are still gonna go. People are still gonna go. Yo, I hope if you guys ever get invited to his parties, do not go. The things I've heard. The things I've heard, man. I cannot even explain it.
It is still just so fucking unbelievable to me. I thought this was dead to rights. Not only because of the overwhelming evidence, but also his team wasn't exactly a cohesive unit. Like, not that long ago, one of his big lawyers quit, saying he could no longer, under any circumstances, represent him, serve as a member of his council. And somehow, they were still able to squeak a win out from between P. Diddy's greased butt cheeks here. I don't know, did they...
And yes, the sound you're hearing is my laptop. Okay, it's gone. It's gone now.
Promise, like, freak-off invitations to the jury? I have no clue. I don't get it. I really, truly do not understand how this just happened.
It's a mixed verdict, but it is a stunning victory for the defense. The Mann Act, these charges, these were the easiest for prosecutors to prove, the lowest hanging fruit, merely required showing that state lines were crossed for the purpose to engage in prostitution. We saw a lot of evidence on these charges, did not have that element, Laura, of force, fraud, or coercion. And this carries the lightest sentence of these charges. It is a maximum of 10 years. And keep in mind, when you're talking about maximums aren't the rule, they are the exception. They're for the most exceptional and severe cases. So now you're talking about a sentence that's potentially in the lower range with time served because he's been behind bars.
Yeah, again, he's definitely not seeing the maximum penalty for those charges.
And you know what saved him? The tapes. He still has them, man. That's the only reason why he's not in jail right now, or in prison. These missing tapes. I have a feeling he has over 1,000. He's smart, but in a bad way.
I would be surprised if he even saw the minimum. My guess would be, and of course I haven't passed the bar, so this is just fucking Neanderthal spitballing. My guess would be they'll weigh the time served behind bars throughout this case as like you've learned your lesson, and wiggle their finger. Don't do it again, and give him some really light punishment. Very, very light sentencing. And then when he's out on bail or full blown walks free, I imagine baby oil will go extinct. And I predict that there will be a freak off the likes of which the cosmos has.
I'm still gonna use baby oil. Hold on. I'll be right back. No one could traumatize me to do anything, man. I'm still using mines. I'm still using mines, man.
Has never seen. It'll be filled with so much degeneracy that it will give birth to Slanesh in the warp in real life. It's going to be a Warhammer 40k event. It's just so fucking despicable, man. It really is.
The fact that these sex trafficking charges, specifically with respect to Cassie Ventura, means that the jury was convinced by the defense, at least with respect to reasonable doubt, that the commercial sex, i.e. the freak-offs, were not connected to some of this violence, that there was not that force, fraud, or coercion element. That is, by far, from a penalty perspective, the most serious. It carried a 15-year minimum. So that is a huge distinction.
Really feels like if you've got enough money, somehow a lot of those very serious, very well-documented...
Not only money, but the tapes. It's the tapes that saved him. As I said, the first time that I don't know if it was the CIA or the FBI went to his crib was to find the tapes. It's because the tapes, they didn't find it yet. Not all of them.
Things just never really seem to stick in court for some reason. It's so weird how that works. It's so odd how we see that happen so many times. I don't know. Something seems a bit fishy there. From everything I've seen from a couple of lawyers discussing it, the big thing here seems that the RICO charges weren't conveyed well enough for the jury to understand, and that it could have been, like, difficult in the first place as a potential overcharging on P. Diddy, so that was like an uphill battle. Obviously, I don't understand all the nuance to how that shit works in court, like how it all shakes down the fucking Rube Goldberg machine that is arguing RICO charges. I'm not Saul Goodman. But outside of that, the lawyers also expressed how stunned they were that he was found not guilty on the sex trafficking by force and coercion. It seems like, at least from the lawyers that I've read and watched from, they were also very surprised that somehow the jury wasn't convinced on those. That one really did seem like a pretty big slam dunk in the case. Like, at least most sane human beings would think so, but somehow it didn't stick. Somehow it didn't shake out that way.
Because the tapes, I don't know how many times I will say this, the tapes, they didn't find the tapes, and they're afraid that, if he gets arrested, he will call someone, yo, release the tapes. Everybody's going to be on the floor. Cat Williams said, I don't know if it was last year, people are going to get exposed. If he released the tapes, Imagine how many big names right now will fall to the ground.
To be found not guilty on those is baffling, actually baffling. And I went to a live stream where some lawyers were talking, and reading the chat, it will make you lose all possible faith that there's real people online. There are so many people that are elated, celebrating that P. Diddy is free, and saying he should go as far as suing the government for the charges they brought against him. Unironically, I saw someone donate saying, does P. Diddy have a case against the government to sue them for this? Holy shit. What? I don't know how so many people have been poisoned by...
Mr. Moist is humans, man. Like, it's people, man. Like, what can we say? It's humans. Are we even surprised how they think? How we think, man? Like, as a race, like a human race, man, sometimes I'm very disappointed. Sometimes I just look outside and I see, I'm like, bro, what's wrong with us? Have you ever sat down and questioned, like, what's wrong with us? Like,
stupidity. Like an action, there must be some kind of hole in the ozone layer that's letting pure concentrated stupid come through, and it is just destroying neurons at an alarming rate. Such an unfortunate outcome. There's a lot of people that are now going to need to be looking over their shoulder here with this P. Diddy verdict.
a lot. The amount of people that talk bad about him, if he gets out, y'all gotta change countries, man. Who knows what he's gonna do? People will start disappearing one by one by one by one by one. Try to say no Diddy in his face. Try to say no Diddy. If he gets out, go in front of his face and say no Diddy. We'll see for how long you'll be able to, you'll be present. Man, I hope y'all learned some. I did, and I hope you did. This is Mr. Valid. I want to say thank you again for Mr. Moist to present this. This is Mr. Valid, and we're out.